New reaction moments ago from the daughter of the late Senator John McCain after the Wall Street Journal first reported the White House wanted the Navy to keep a warship named for McCain out of sight during President Trump's recent visit to Japan. Meghan McCain just talked about it on her show, The View. Take a look at this.
The president's actions have consequences, and when you repeatedly are attacking my father and war heroes, it creates a culture in the military where people are clearly fearful to show, my father's name in one way or another. It's horrible. I think it's bad for Americans, and I think we really have to look at the kind of culture that's being put in place. I don't blame the people in the military. I have nothing but respect for people who serve. Putting a note on this, there's a lot of criticism towards me in the media across the board of how often I speak of my father, how I grieve, how I do it publicly, but it's impossible to go through the grief process when my father, who's been dead 10 months, is constantly in the news cycle because the president is so obsessed with the fact that he's never going to be a great man like he was.
And just this morning, President Trump told reporters that whomever made the order was, quote, well-meaning, because he is not, quote, a big fan of John McCain in any way, shape, or form.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.